Thank you for joining us right here on Luntha Television. It's time for news, and with me, Jacqueline Saidi. Pope Francis commemorates the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. States wants Bushiri's case adjourned to March 2024. Malawi Congress of Trade Union challenges employers of domestic workers to respect their rights. And another news, Kenya power blackout fuels public outrage. Those are our top stories. Stay with us for more. The Holy Father Pope Francis has on Sunday marked the 75th anniversary of the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, while saying it is like a master plan. He said as many steps have been taken, many still needs to be made, and unfortunately at times steps backwards have been taken. Further, the Holy Father expressed his joy at the release of Armenian and Azerbaijani prisoners. We have a Catholic News Agency report being read by Charity Chilanga.
Following the recitation of the Angelus Prayer, the Holy Father commemorated the anniversary of the signing of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights on December 10, 1948. Noting that the 30-article document was a watershed moment that ushered in new norms and a universalized set of fundamental rights, he warned that there was a risk of going backwards. The Pope exclaimed that the commitment to human rights is never finished, and that he is close to all those who, without proclamations in concrete everyday life, fight and pay personally to defend the rights of those who do not count. The Pope also took a moment to draw attention to a recent prisoner exchange between the governments of Armenia and Azerbaijan. The Pontiff said the prisoner exchange, which was announced by both governments on Thursday, December 8th, saw 2 Azerbaijan and 32 Armenian detainees exchanged and has been a major breakthrough in the relations between the two states since tensions flared up over the contested region of Nagorno-Karabakh area this year. Finally, with the COP28 conference on climate change drawing to a close in Dubai, Pope Francis asked for prayers for a good outcome, for the care of our common good and the protection of populations.
Chief Resident Magistrate Madalito Chimwaza will on Tuesday deliver her ruling on an application for adjournment by the state in an extradition case involving Prophet Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary. The plea by Senior State Advocate Zikondiantu Malunda came after Gauteng Province Director of Public Prosecutions Sibongile Mzinyati was not available in court, where he was asked to explain what caused the witness delay in coming to court, the position which was contested by Bushiri's lawyer, Wapona Kita. Robert Edward explains more.
Basically, what transpired soon after the 4 p.m. time that the court had set, the South African only witness from the state, the only state witness in this matter, who is the Director of Public Prosecutions at Gauteng Province in South Africa, Mr. Sibongile Mzinyati, started giving or explaining himself on what made him delay, because the court was expecting him in the morning, and then because of the flight complications as indicated by the state lawyer Zikondiantu Malunda, he had to come in the afternoon. But that was from the direction of the court, because the state, what they wanted earlier was that the matter should just be adjourned to either late February or March 2024. And now he gave his reasons as to why he was delayed, and there were even processes of what happens for such official in the South African government ranking, what happens for that person to be cleared to travel outside and all that. And then the lawyer for the Bushiris had to come in contest. He had to ask and verify the issues of air tickets while he didn't use the direct flights from the flight from South Africa to Malawi, but he chose to go the Nairobi route. Now, this is what the state lawyer told us after the adjournment.
Well, the reason is Advocate Bongile Mzinyati, who is our only witness from the Republic of South Africa, could not make it on time for the hearing this morning. As we've seen, he only arrived in the afternoon at around 2 o'clock at the airport and then 4 o'clock at the court. That is the basis of the application for adjournment.
And according to Wapona Gita, lawyer for the Bushiris, he says he understands that it is the state's case, but he has asked the court to consider asking the South African government to also bear the cost this time around. Now, that will be the second time, because previously they also had to bear the cost of 560,000 Malawi Waja for delaying the proceeding.
I think the bottom line is what we are showing, that they are not ready to proceed with this matter. Even if he came earlier today, I think they still had more homework to do in terms of consultation, meaning he needed to meet the Malawian lawyers so that they're on the same page. So what it means is that the matters will be adjourned anyway. It's their case, so we can't stand in their way. As much as we may be ready, but it's them who are supposed to present the case. So at the end of the day, they'll be granted the adjournment. We are just concerned that, you know, the right to a fair trial means the right to a speedy trial. Okay, justice delayed is justice denied. That's how we're looking at it from our client's point of view. So that's why we're insisting that let the case commence, because we are ready for the case and want it to be concluded as soon as possible.
As it stands, the Chief Resident Magistrate Madalito Chimwaza is going to deliver her ruling on whether the prayer for adjournment by the state is to be allowed or denied. If it is allowed, then there has to be the case has to proceed or to continue in 2024. It will either be late February or March. For Luntha, this is Robert Edward.
That was Robert Edward. The government has commended the Anti-Corruption Bureau for its effort in the fight against corruption in the country. Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Titus Mvalo said this over the weekend during this year's Ward Anti-Corruption Day in Balaka District. He said despite some challenges faced by the Bureau, it has shown some strides in the fight. We have a report which has been filed by Andrew Nandolo and is being read by Selina Mandere.
Mvalo, who represented the president, said the government is satisfied with the dedication of the Bureau in the fight against corruption. He emphasized the need for all government departments and other private sectors to work with the Bureau in the countries to win the battle. In her remarks, the Anti-Corruption Bureau Director General Martha Zuma said her Bureau is in the process of formulating laws that will protect whistleblowers. She said people are afraid to report to the Bureau about corruption because of the absence of laws protecting whistleblowers.
So we do have some provisions that protects whistleblowers in the Corrupt Practices Act, but of course we have realized that those provisions are not sufficient, such that there are so many people. Studies have shown that 80% of Malawians actually are scared to go and report corruption because of the fear of retaliation. And because of that, SCB initiated some fundraising from which we have managed to get sufficient funds, which we have given to Law Commission, and who right now have already set up a special law commission that is now working on a comprehensive whistleblower legislation for the country.
During the function, the Anti-Corruption Bureau awarded certificates of recognition to former SCB Director Generals and long-serving staff. This year, the Anti-Corruption Bureau has commemorated World Anti-Corruption Day under the theme together towards a free corruption Malawi 2063.
The Health Center construction project at Chiponde in Lilongwe has stalled for over 10 years, with authorities not providing tangible reasons behind it. A visit by Luntha television to the site located near Lumbadzi observed that citizens are still finding it hard to access health services, as they are supposed to travel for over 10 kilometers to a nearby health facility. This has worried the Malawi Health Equity Network MEHIN, which says government should always ensure that citizens are easily accessing such services. We have a report which has been filed by Brennan Wanza.
According to citizens here, the project had stopped in around 2012 after the contractor had built these structures. However, contrary to the expected tradition, the contractor did not mount any signposts about the project stating its time frame, cost, and the name of the contractor, among others, for the citizens to have a knowledge. Some of the citizens whom we have interacted did not mince words, saying they were expecting things to change during the early days of the project, but now they have lost hope.
When children fall sick, it becomes hard for us to get to the hospital due to long distances. It's really a pathetic situation. We need this project to be completed as soon as possible so that we can reduce this burden of walking so long.
When asked to comment on the matter, Malawi Health Equity Network MEHIN Executive Director George Jobe says such systematic gaps in projects must not be entertained, as they cost a lot of public resources.
If you cannot access a facility in your neighborhood, and even in accordance with the policy of the Ministry of Health, that you should not walk more than 5 kilometers to reach your nearest health facility, it means you are not enjoying fully the universal health coverage. So it's worrisome, but it's a thing that needs to be rectified and avoided in the future.
Meanwhile, stakeholders in the health sector under the banner Universal Health Coverage Coalition are expected to lead a health conference at the same site tomorrow, Tuesday, from 9 a.m. This is Brennan Manza for Luntha News in Lilongwe.
Remember, you're still watching news, Radio Luntha Television. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome to Share World University. Enroll with us for our January to June 2024 intake. We are accredited by the National Council of Higher Education in Che, and we offer undergraduate and postgraduate programs at an affordable cost. Entry requirements for undergraduate degrees are MSCE or IGSCE with 6 credits including mathematics and English, and for postgraduate, entry requirements include a bachelor's degree in a relevant field of work. We also offer professional diploma courses for ABMA, ABE, and ICAM, including the bridging course for those with 4 to 5 credits. The requirement for diploma courses is an MSCE. For inquiries, please call 0994 530 245 0993 723 578 0999 262 467 and 0881 843 141, or email us at registrar@shareworlduniversity.ac.mw or info@shareworlduniversity.ac.mw. Enroll with us today at Share World University. Sharing with others, culturally correct.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, know that it's news time coming to you live from Bishop Nevi Media Center in Lilongwe. Now let's have a reminder of our headlines.
Pope Francis commemorates the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. State wants Boucher's case adjourned to March 2024. Malawi Congress of Trade Union challenges employers of domestic workers to respect their rights. And another news, Kenya power blackout fuels public outrage.
Moving forward, the Malawi Congress of Trade Unions, MCTU, has challenged employers of the domestic workers in the country to ensure that they are respecting workers and human rights. MCTU Deputy Director Jesse Chingoma says there is a growing violation of workers' rights, only that most workers do not speak out for the sake of protecting their employment. Bernard Mwanza has more on this report.
Chingoma made the remarks on Sunday in Lilongwe during the closure of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, where they, together with Action Aid Malawi, engaged domestic workers within the city of Lilongwe to sensitize them about their rights. It was revealed that most workers are harassed sexually by their bosses, but they remain silent to protect their employment. According to Chingoma, most employers are giving far little salaries than the minimum wage of 38,000 kwacha for the domestic workers, which he says needs to be revised.
They get very little wages, and actually in most cases below the minimum. They are not expected to get sick, to get pregnant, and in some cases the pregnancy is also questionable, so much so that sometimes their employers are responsible in some cases. They also get infected. They are not expected to have 8-hour minimum hours of work and rest, and the list is very long.
In an interview, Action Aid's policy coordinator to Saiwe Squense says the dialogue would help the domestic workers in understanding the rights that they have, which is also in line with one of the organization's programs focusing on women's work, basically in issues of payment.
It's an economic issue, it's an economic justice issue that we're trying to now impart to them so that they're aware of what they can do and the places that they can go to seek help when they need the help.
One of the domestic workers from Area 18 who spoke on a condition of anonymity said they need more interventions from different stakeholders to fight for these rights, citing more work but less pay, which is contrary to how things are now. Malawi joined the rest of the world in launching the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence campaign on 25th November at an event that took place in Mzimba district. Several stakeholders have been in 2 different programs within the period to speak against all forms of violence to create a better environment that everyone can live in. This is Bernard Mwanza, Luntha News in Lilongwe.
Communities in informal urban settlements have been challenged to actively contribute both financially and through labor towards the fight against climate change. The remarks come as Center for Community Organization and Development CCOD is implementing a project aimed at addressing critical needs identified in community resilience plans, including waste management, drainage improvements, and housing enhancement. In his remarks over the weekend in Mtandile, Lilongwe, where the organization, in partnership with Youth Kona Malawi organization, is implementing a drain clearing campaign, Advocacy and Community Engagement Officer Mazio Konje noted that the only way to reduce challenges of flash floods that affect communities like Mtandile is through collaborative efforts. Tandwe Mzumara reports.
One of CCOD's outcomes in their 2021-2025 strategic plans is to build resilience for informal settlements and climate challenge to withstand induced disasters. Konje notes that Mtandile Ward is among informal urban settlements that face challenges of flash floods caused by clogged drainages, and this does not only disrupt people's daily activities alone, but imposes threats to their health and safety as well.
In the rainy seasons, one of the pressing challenges that communities face is the issue of flash floods, which is resulting due to poor disposal of waste. So communities usually they dispose waste in the drains. So we are working towards clearing the drains, at the same time raising awareness to the communities that they take it upon themselves to clear the drains to avoid the impact of flash floods.
Chairperson of the Youth Corner Club, which is working with SICOD in intervention, Samuel Shumba, said they are now taking up responsibilities to protect their community without expecting other people to come and work on their behalf when they are part of the solution.
The responsibility is in your hands, that you can stand and start cleaning your community. Don't expect someone to come outside your community or country while you are there. Stand and stand today. Start working in your community so that you can change your own community. Don't expect someone
SICOD is implementing the project with funding from DESPOS, a German non-governmental organization that works in partnership with local organizations to implement projects that address various aspects of development, including housing and infrastructure. For Luntha News, this is Tandiwe Zumara.
Youth Action Movement, a young wing under FIPAM, held its annual general meeting at Mponela Indoor over the weekend, where, among others, it elected new office bearers. In her acceptance speech, the newly elected president, Lucy White, from Lumasi College, said she will make sure that all young branches across the country are vibrant and attended to empower young people to take control of their well-being in as far as sexual reproductive health is concerned. Bridget Manoga has more in this report.
The new young president said discussing sexual reproductive health among young people is crucial, as it helps in providing accurate information about safe practices, preventing unintended pregnancies, reducing the risk of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, promoting healthy relationships, and fostering informed decision-making. To achieve this, White pledged her support to make all young branches active.
Now FIPAM should trust me that I will do what I said in my manifesto. One of the things that I said on my manifesto is that I will make all the young branches to be active, to be vibrant. One of the things to do that, I said that I'll make sure that all branches are being attended to their needs. So that is going to be sorted out, as I said.
Moving away from youth as recipients of interventions and towards youth as investors and implementers of interventions that matter to them, the new executive committee will continue to ensure meaningful youth participation in the programming of sexual and reproductive health and rights. Jimmy Kajali, FIPAM project coordinator, says they will keep empowering young people in decision making.
As FIPAM, we believe in empowering young people to be part and parcel of the decision-making structure of the organization. We implement various programs that evolve around young people, and we believe that empowering them and providing them with the space and atmosphere to be equal partners in decision-making will help us achieve what we envision in ensuring that we have a Malawian society rich with young people that have access to integrated services, but also information with regards to SRHR.
In addition to being located in tertiary schools like Chancellor College, Mzuzu University, Mzuzu Technical College, and Domasi Colleges, Yam Malawi is spread throughout the districts of Lilongwe, Dedza, Neno, Ncheu, Mangochi, Machinga, Kasungu, Mzuzu, Zomba, and Mchinji. For Luntha News, this is Bridget Mwanoka.
Tijeze Amai Momasuka in Balaga district has asked people in the country to honor and respect the elderly. Chairperson for the grouping, Susan Mitepa, said this over the weekend at Chembegizo Lodge at its national general meeting in the district. She said the elderly are the treasure of the society and need to be respected. Andrew Nandolo compiled a report which is being read by Selina Mandere.
Mitepa said it is her group's wish to fight for the rights of the elderly, bearing in mind that they are also growing old. She said every year they reach out to the elderly as one way of celebrating them.
Anthu okalamba mbiri amene ndota fiti ndife nachona kuti sizoona ayi ifeso ndatsikana kumene tikupita kuna feso tikalamba ndesi zakhala zotisangalatsa kunena kuti ena kazanena kuti mfiti ayi.
As Tichese Amaimo Masuka, we are doing charity works in protecting the rights of the elderly. We also assist each other in small businesses.
Ndife rufuna lipange encourage nzimayi wina aliyese kuti akana anthu okalamba kandi anyamata kandi atsikana azalemekeza anthu amene aja azapanga support ambiri ana mwina anamwalira akusowa thandizo.
One of the beneficiaries, a 97-years-old Bete Chitanda of Mtalika village in Balaka, thanked the women for the gesture, saying they need support like food, clothes and many more.
Monga ife azigogo mavuto amene timapezana nawo ndi kusowa chakudya mwina kusowa zovala ndi zimene timapezana nawo.
I am very thankful to the women for what they have done to me. I am 97 years old, so I struggle putting food on the table and clothes.
Ndiye kutokoza kwanga sinditha kutokoza iya. Kutokoza kwambiri kuti zimene zikuchitika sinayembekezera.
In her remarks, guest of honor of the event, Nashim Ngalande, who is the wife to Member of Parliament for Balaka North, Tony Ngalande, encouraged the women to continue showing love and doing charity works.
Message, knowing that this grouping is for women and they're doing charity work, I was very delighted as they invited me as a guest of honor. I saw it as an opportunity and a good platform for me to be part of it and celebrate with them. And also, I think just to mention a few things that I have noticed with them, with this grouping, it's encouraging that it's just like a charity work whereby you do things not expecting anything. Like we can say maybe doing things with love, with unconditional love. That's exactly what I've noticed and I've learned in this grouping.
Tichese Amaimo Masuka was founded in 2019 on Facebook. Currently, the group has about 500 members and is also found in countries like Egypt, Mozambique, South Africa, and America.
In international news, Kenyans are demanding answers after a nationwide power blackout plunged the country into darkness late Sunday. The outage disrupted several services, including the main airport in the capital, Nairobi, where 2 terminals were without power for several hours. We have a BBC report which has been read by Charity Chilanga.
Many Kenyans have criticized the government as anger and frustration glow over recurring power disruptions. By Monday morning, power had been restored to most of the country except for some parts of Nairobi and the Coast region. In a statement, Kenya's Power, the state-run power provider, said they are working round the clock to restore normalcy to the remaining areas as soon as possible. Kenya Power and Transport Minister Kichumba Murkomen has borne the brunt of the criticism for letting another blackout hit the main airport, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA, despite making a promise in August when Kenya experienced its longest countrywide power outage in recent years that a power outage at the airport would not happen again. The outage affected 2 of the busiest JKIA terminals, with the airport's authority explaining that the backup generators serving those terminals failed to immediately activate. Kenya has suffered several national power outages in recent months, including on November 11th, August 25th, March 4th, and in December and November last year.
Well, that also marks the end of our bulletin, but before we go, let's have another look at the headlines.
Pope Francis commemorates the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. State wants Boucher's case adjourned to March 2024. Malawi Congress of Trade Union challenges employers of domestic workers to respect their rights. And another news, Kenya power blackout fuels public outrage.
You have been with me, Jacqueline Saidi. Thank you very much for watching Luntha Television and stay safe.